Surprise! Actually, I don't really have a surprise for you. It's just we are going to be talking about surprise. And you might be surprised to find surprise as an umbrella emotion. It's not quite happy and it's not quite fear. It seems to me to be somewhere in between. Surprise is when we experience a sudden and unexpected change. The emotion is the briefest or short-lived of all the emotions, but it's powerful because it gives us an important survival function. Our attention is quickly shifted, and we have to determine what is happening and if the situation is dangerous or not. It can feel positive, negative, or just moderate. So when you are trying to feel it in your body, it could look different. So we need to figure out what our body is telling us. Let's say that you walked in on a birthday surprise and you actually were surprised and didn't know it was coming. You might feel the secondary emotion of startled or stunned at first. Your breath quickened, your heart and tummy jumped, and maybe your face got warm. An audible sound may have escaped your mouth, like a gasp or a shout or a scream. You might have felt a jolt and tensing of your muscles, or maybe you felt the surprise's secondary emotion of excitement. Under excitement, you could feel energetic. So maybe that jolt sent you some adrenaline and you have some extra zest. Your heart continues to beat faster. Another reaction is you are moved or overcome, either positively or negatively. You can have an emotional response like crying if you are touched by the act of friendship towards you, or you can shed some tears from being speechless or astounded. Surprise can come as a change in your mindset. Let's say you thought your teacher was going to give you homework, but at the end of class they surprise you and say there's no homework. Yay! You might experience a pleasant secondary emotion under surprise, like amazed or confused, yet grateful. Awestruck is another emotion that falls under amazement. When you get to meet someone that you admire, when you are in their presence and they are talking to you, it might feel like you're having an out-of-body experience. You suddenly find yourself in a situation where your environment has changed and you are introducing yourself to someone special. Surprise may even be joined with joy and fear. Many times when we find ourselves in a sudden change of situation, we don't really know what to think. Our minds are trying to evaluate and react to a new reality. Your body won't lie to you. If you take a moment to make a list of feelings in your body, you might be able to narrow down what it's trying to tell you. That can be helpful in figuring out your next actions. Let's try an exercise. Imagine you are in a classroom and the teacher randomly calls you to the front of the room and asks you to answer a tough question. Now, our minds immediately will go to fear, and we'll get to that later in another video, but putting anxiety aside, notice that this is a sudden change in your situation. It's surprise. In that moment, you're dealing with surprise. Take a moment to list what you might be feeling in your body. Eyebrows raised, pupils dilated, though you can't see that. Neck and arm muscles tensed, heart rate quickened, and all those may leave you speechless from being overcome, which is, again, a secondary emotion of surprise. I'm going to leave up the diagram I put together for surprise. Take a moment to look at it and get to know the different reactions you might have in your body. Some secondary emotions of surprise might surprise you. Well, this may not come as a surprise, but I love you and I wish you well. See you next time on Chia Chat.